Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stampers Club. I'm Karen Trelfa, and today I have a terrific card to share with you today. I'm going to be using the Terrific Toadstools Bundle. You're going to love it. Let me show you what we're making. So like I said, I'm using the Terrific Toadstool Bundle. Whoops, I wanted to leave that open, need that zoomed in. So I'm using the Terrific Toadstools Bundle. So this one comes with a punch, so you can punch out these cute little mushrooms. This is a really fun set, quite honestly. But the nice thing about it is during celebration, isn't that a cute card? You can select this designer series paper that coordinates with this for free. So with a $60 order, you can get this card designer series paper for free. It's one of the selections. Or if you already have it, you can select something else. So you get 8 sheets of each of these 6x6 designs. So you get lots and lots of combinations and super, super bright colors. I really, really like this. So let me show you how I made this card. Get rid of that so it's not in my way. All right, so I started out with a half a sheet of peach pie cardstock. So I'm 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Or if you didn't score it, you can match up these two bottoms and use your bone folder and then swipe up and over. When you're cutting with the grain of the paper, or scoring or folding with the grain of the paper, you don't necessarily have to score it because you'll still get a nice crease. So on that, I'm going to get some Granny Apple Green and some of the designer series paper. Now I had one piece that I cut into 1-inch strips. So I want to keep track of, which order these came in. So we have one here. Oh, did I cut this at the wrong size? I think I have this cut at the wrong size. I do. This is supposed to be 4 1/2. And I think I have it at 4 3/4. So this needs to be 4 1/2. Let's get that cut right? That would help. So then I'm going to layer up these 3 pieces. I'm keeping track of the pattern to make sure that I have the same pattern going across the page, right? I'm going to kind of lay those out where I want them, maybe. And that's pretty good there. So let me get one at a time attached. I like this purple that's on the back. I think this is Fresh Freezy. I'm going to turn it sideways so I can see my borders a little better. And see if we can get this straight. That looks good. And then the next one. Yeah, you want to keep track of your patterns when you're doing this so that you have the right, the right patterns in order, because then it kind of flows across the page, even though there is some space in between each piece. It makes it a little bit more. Sometimes the patterns don't matter because they're just geometric, they're just random. But this one does because you actually are looking at a scene, right? So this is going to get added onto the front of our card. Like so. Okay. And then I've pre-cut a piece of the Granny Apple Green cardstock with the stitched shapes circle. And I'm going to add my greeting to this in Smoky Slate. Smoky Slate, it's one of them underrated colors because, you get like a nice subtle message here. I'm just going to just a little thank you. So it just gives you a little bit. It's not super bold. I mean, I could have used Granny Apple Green. I could have used espresso. I could have used black, but I chose to use the Smoky Slate on this one. I liked the way it looked the best. Okay, so this I am going to put up on some dimensionals. Let me get some minis here, because this is a small piece of cardstock, so it doesn't take a lot. The big ones you would have had almost all the way covered, right? And I want to put that kind of down in the corner here, just a little bit, like maybe there. Make sure I'm straight. My greeting is straight. Okay, now I make this mushroom. So I have Melon Mambo ink. It's a nice complementary color to the paper here. And it's one cute little mushroom. Now, when you're stamping, you typically want to make sure that your paper, you're going to punch upside down. So it's kind of important to see which direction your stamp is. So this is actually upside down, right? So I'm going to stamp it upside down. Not that I couldn't have folded this paper over, but this just helps it a little bit better. So then by stamping first and punching second, you get some perfect alignment. And I use my punches upside down. Now, if typically you would just kind of hold it here and, kind of hold down a little bit and then use two hands. But if you have arthritis, here's a tip for you. I have a lot of customers down here in Florida that have a lot of arthritis. So you can leave this on the table and use two hands to punch. That way you're not bending your fingers or your wrist. So it gives you a little bit more, it's easier to use with, if you have a little bit of a dexterity problem with your fingers or your wrist. So that's one nice thing about our punches is they can be left down. Now, I'm going to grab a piece of smoky slate cardstock, and I just want this, I want that stem. Guess I could have used a smaller piece, but it is what it is, right, guys? All right, so I punch, because the punch has both, there's two mushroom tops plus the mushroom stem. Now, these all have matching stamps, but I chose just to use the piece of the cardstock, okay? So this, I'm going to actually use a full-size dimensional on this. So this is hard to glue together, right? It's kind of hard, right? So I'm going to put my little stem on a dimensional and then align my mushroom top. And then they're stuck together. And I just want the one little mushroom top anyway. So then I'm just going to put that right there. I wanted it on a dimensional, give it a little more dimension. This is a really quick, easy card, right? Now, another free item that you can select with Celebration is this Fresh Freezy ribbon. It's like a seam binding ribbon. So it has these little crinkles in it. So it's definitely supposed to be that way. And I'm going to make a bow. You know me and ribbons and bows. And I'm going to do 2 loops and tie my 2 loops together. Bring that around. I'm going to hold the center and pull my loops down. Whoops. What did I do here? I think I tightened it too much. So 2 loops, tie the loops together. Okay. Hold the center, pull your loop in, give it another little snug. Go the other way. You can pull this loop in too. I'm going to pull them both in. And then pull tight in the middle. I want this a little smaller, so you can keep working this back and forth like this until you get the size bow that you are looking for. Okay, I like that. Let's get some tails cut here. That looks good. And a glue dot. So with glue dots, it's easier to find your glue dot and then take your ribbon and push it against the glue dot rather than try to lift up the glue dot. It tends to work a little bit easier. And I just want to put a little bit of a bow. And I'm going to make this one a little, no, I'll just do it right here. Just kind of a faux bow. Just right there. Just so we have a little bit of extra textile and color. All right, and then let's finish that off with a little bit of bling. Here is some in color shimmer gems. And I think I'll use the peach pie since I have peach pie cardstock. And let's just do 1 and a little one here. Let's just do 2. Well, you know what? Let me grab another small one. Put it down. Ooh, should I put it on the... No, I'll put it down here. Put it right there. Perfect. That looks good. And voila. I mean, the designer paper just really makes it so that you can definitely see what's going on here, right? And it's a simple, easy card. It does a lot for it. The designer paper is absolutely amazing when you're doing cards. Few little elements and your card is done. So celebration is for January and February. So January and February is during celebration. For each $60 that you order, you can select one of the free items out of a slew of products. A couple of items are larger, like with die cuts, so it takes $120 to select one of those items. But there is so much to choose from. You will certainly be able to find something that you will use and enjoy. And you guys have a great day and make it a stamp happy day. Bye now.